After Brock Lesnar broke Mr. McMahon's hip for attempting to fire Paul Heyman, McMahon returned to Raw days before his scheduled surgery to challenge Heyman to a fight. As McMahon gained the upper hand in the confrontation, Lesnar emerged from the backstage, ready to assault McMahon once again. Before he could do so, Triple H made a shocking return, seeking revenge on Lesnar for breaking his arm at SummerSlam the previous year. This led to a wild brawl at ringside, which ended with Triple H gaining the upper hand by delivering a spinebuster and a brutal steel chair shot. These events led to Triple H and Lesnar being booked in a no-holds-barred match at the upcoming WrestleMania 29 pay-per-view. However, after Triple H signed the contract, Heyman revealed that buried in the fine print was a stipulation stating that if Triple H were to lose the match, he would be forced to retire. As soon as their match started, the action spilled to the outside, where Lesnar sent Triple H crashing through an announcer's table. When the action returned to the ring, Shawn Michaels tried to get involved, but Lesnar took him out with an F5. However, the distraction was enough to allow Triple H to apply a submission hold on Lesnar, and then hit his pedigree finisher on the steel steps to secure the victory and save his career. After costing John Cena the WWE Championship by chokeslamming him through a spotlight at the 2009 Backlash pay-per-view, Big Show was rewarded with a title opportunity if he could win a #1 contenders match against Batista. However, during that match, John Cena distracted Big Show, causing him to get counted out and lose. To settle their differences, the two were scheduled to face each other at the upcoming Judgment Day pay-per-view. Big Show dominated the early moments of the match, but Cena miraculously reversed a KO punch into an attitude adjustment to secure the pinfall victory. Furious after his loss, Big Show knew Cena wouldn't back down from a challenge, so he challenged him to a submission match at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. The stipulation was expected to give Big Show an advantage due to his size, but Cena got creative. He tied Big Show's leg to the ring ropes, allowing him to apply his signature submission move and force Big Show to tap out. A couple of weeks later, Big Show was granted one final opportunity to defeat Cena on an episode of Monday Night Raw. With unexpected help from The Miz, he was finally able to secure the victory. After attacking Roman Reigns backstage and sending his stretcher flying off the loading dock, Braun Strowman tried to finish him off by tipping over the ambulance carrying him. The next week on Raw, Braun continued his path of destruction by taking out other superstars, prompting Reigns to return early from his injuries to challenge Braun at the Payback pay-per-view. However, Braun easily defeated Reigns and brutally attacked him with steel steps after the match. Braun attempted to continue his assault backstage, but Reigns managed to counter by slamming an ambulance door on Braun's arm several times. This altercation led to the two being booked to face off in an ambulance match at the Great Balls of Fire pay-per-view. During their match, both competitors fought up the entrance ramp, where Reigns sent Braun through the stage. Reigns then set up for a spear, but Braun moved at the last second, causing Reigns to charge into the ambulance. Immediately after losing the match, Reigns delivered a spear to Braun and threw him into the ambulance. Reigns then drove the ambulance into the parking garage, reversed it, and crashed it into a production truck. The week after the Dudley boys powerbombed a 77-year-old Mae Young through a table, they upped the ante by doing it again, this time off the Monday Night Raw stage. As punishment, they were booked to defend their tag team championships in the first ever triangle ladder match at WrestleMania 2000. When the match began, all 6 superstars immediately turned the ladders into weapons, using them to inflict damage on one another. The Dudley boys then introduced their signature tables into the match. They set up a table balanced on top of 2 ladders in the middle of the ring and attempted to take out both Hardy brothers. Jeff Hardy managed to dodge at the last second. Determined to regain control, Bubba Ray Dudley set up a 20-foot ladder in an attempt to take out Jeff, but his plan backfired. Jeff climbed the ladder and delivered a massive swanton bomb onto Bubba. Back in the ring, Matt Hardy climbed the ladder and began walking across the ladder bridge to retrieve the titles. However, Edge and Christian intervened, sending Matt crashing through a table. Taking advantage of the chaos, Edge and Christian retrieved the championships, becoming tag team champions for the first time in their careers. Just as Brock Lesnar was about to retain the WWE Championship at Survivor Series, his manager, Paul Heyman, shockingly betrayed him. Enraged, Lesnar pursued Heyman, which allowed Big Show to attack him with a steel chair and deliver a chokeslam. Big Show then pinned Lesnar, becoming the WWE Champion and the first person ever to pin Lesnar. On the following episode of SmackDown, Lesnar unleashed his frustration on Matt Hardy by throwing him through a wall. In response, Stephanie McMahon decided to suspend Lesnar and announced a fatal 4-way match to determine the new #1 contender. contender. Kurt Angle emerged victorious from the match and was set to challenge Big Show for the title at the 2002 Armageddon pay-per-view. When their match started, both competitors exchanged offensive maneuvers until Kurt Angle gained the upper hand and applied an ankle lock. However, Big Show was able to reverse it, which led to the referee being inadvertently knocked out. This opened the door for A-Train to interfere and attack Angle, allowing Big Show to regain the advantage and deliver a chokeslam. But before he could pin Angle, Brock Lesnar interfered and took out Big Show with an F5. This allowed Angle to secure the pinfall victory and become the WWE Champion. After betraying his fellow Shield members to join Triple H and the Authority, Seth Rollins launched his singles career by declaring himself the first participant in the 2014 Money in the Bank ladder match. However, in the weeks leading up to the event, Dean Ambrose sought revenge against Rollins and threatened to disrupt the upcoming pay-per-view. To control the situation, Rollins requested that Ambrose be added to the ladder match, to which Triple H agreed. When the match started, Ambrose immediately attacked Rollins. After delivering a superplex to Rollins from the top of the ladder, Ambrose injured his shoulder, and officials forced him to exit the match. This finally gave Rollins an opportunity to try to retrieve the briefcase. However, Kofi Kingston prevented him from winning by driving him through a ladder, which opened the door for Dolph Ziggler to take out the other competitors and begin his attempt to capture the briefcase. Rollins was able to recover and took out Ziggler with a steel chair, leaving himself alone in the ring. Just as he was about to win the briefcase, Ambrose re-entered the match, took Rollins out with a steel chair of his own, and started to climb toward the briefcase. But Kane entered the ring and executed a chokeslam and a tombstone piledriver on Ambrose, allowing Rollins to retrieve the briefcase and win the match. After losing the WWE Championship to John Cena at WrestleMania 26, Batista was granted an opportunity to reclaim the title in a last man standing match at the 2010 Extreme Rules pay-per-view. Batista dominated in the early moments, sending Cena crashing through a table and the ringside barricade. However, when Batista attempted to powerbomb him through the announcer's table, Cena countered with a massive attitude adjustment. He then prevented Batista from answering the 10 count by taping his feet to the ring post, allowing Cena to retain the title. The following night on Raw, Batista won a triple threat match to become the #1 contender, setting up an I Quit match against Cena at the upcoming Over the Limit pay-per-view. Batista dominated the early moments of this match as well, but struggled to get Cena to say I quit. In a desperate move, he attempted to run Cena over with a car, but Cena avoided the collision. Cena then threatened to give Batista an attitude adjustment off the stage. To avoid serious injury, Batista officially quit the match, but Cena sent him flying off the stage anyway. The next night, Batista appeared on Raw in a wheelchair and announced that he was quitting WWE to pursue a career in Hollywood. After winning the Tag Team Championship in a historic tables, ladders, and chairs match at WrestleMania 17, Edge and Christian were scheduled to defend their newly won titles on an episode of SmackDown against the Brothers of Destruction. During the match, Edge and Christian attempted to take out Undertaker with a chair shot, but he countered and delivered a last ride powerbomb on Christian to win the titles. Immediately after the match, Undertaker was attacked by WWF Champion Stone Cold Steve Austin and Intercontinental Champion Triple H. This unlikely duo had formed the night after Austin defeated The Rock for the title and aligned themselves with Mr. McMahon. The Rock was granted a title rematch inside a steel cage, but during the match, Triple H attacked him with a sledgehammer, forming an alliance with Austin with hopes of taking over the WWE. Following their attack on the Brothers of Destruction, a winner-takes-all tag team match was booked between the two teams to settle their differences. At the match's climax, Stephanie McMahon attempted to get involved, but caught a big boot from Kane. However, this distraction allowed Mr. McMahon to pass a sledgehammer to Triple H, who used it to attack Kane, securing the pinfall victory and winning the tag team championships.